Okay, we're back with some modern action now from Division 1 League between Anthony Frederikson at the top and Jason Clark at the bottom. After Anthony took down Standard 2-0. I'm sure this is Anthony. He plays his traditional... Yeah, Anthony's on his traditional Eldrazi, Bant Eldrazi, which he always plays. And Jason is on Abzan. This is going to be an interesting match. The key here, I believe, besides the Thoughtseize takes Noble Hierarchy, I was going to say the key here is to get out that Liliana before anything much happens on the other side, because you can see he could have had a turn 2 Matter Reshaper, but he doesn't have. Jason doesn't have the third land at this stage. Anthony with some removal, but now he's found the third land, but it's tapped. So Matter Reshaper is going to come down, and that's going to protect Thought-Knot Seer from Liliana. Unless Jason plays out Kitchen Finks here. Oh no, that's nice actually. You can get the Maelstrom Pulse to take down the Matter Reshaper. No. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Thought-Knot is dead. Dead either way. I'm not sure about that play, because next turn Reshaper is going to hit him down to 1, so he can't use Liliana to remove a creature. He's going to be able to have Kitchen Finks, not Kitchen Finks, Lingering Souls back, but we're going to see Thought-Knot Seer now. And this is going to take the Maelstrom Pulse, you'd imagine. What's he going to take? Although, if Jason can find another land here, then the Siege Rhino is going to outclass the Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, he takes the Maelstrom Pulse. So, assuming Liliana ticks up next turn, we're going to see the Smasher or the Eldrazi Displacer go down as well. Liliana down to 1. As he draws a path... he can Path to Exile 1 and play the... So he Path to Exile, and he can play out Lingering Souls to protect Liliana here. But that 5th land means that Smash is coming down next turn, which he has to be wary of. Does he tick up Liliana? Yeah, tick up Liliana so he gets rid of the Displacer. Now he only needs a creature removal. Anthony will play out the Smasher, but he can't swing the Reshaper. Otherwise, he can double block the Reshaper and play the Liliana to minus to get the Smasher down. See what Anthony finds on the draw here. Path to Exile. So he's going to knock down the Liliana. Path to Exile is a very handy pickup for the next turn. So you just, yeah, that's right. Don't swing the... Oh no, you can't swing the Matter Reshaper. Okay, now he can double block the Reshaper. Yeah, and play the other Liliana to minus the Liliana and take down the Smasher. Oh, no. So he's saved. Saved by a lucky card off the top. But unfortunately he's going to play out the Siege Rhino here, and it's just going to bite a Path to Exile. And this match swinging heavily now in favour of Anthony at the top of the screen. I think Jason had the match until that Matter Reshaper came down. If it was a land or if it was anything else, he was in great shape. See his draw for the turn. So he's got a number of options there. Chooses to go with the Dismember first. What would be very nice here for Jason to pick up would be Path to Exile. So if he it's a nice play there from Anthony because he saw the Kitchen Finks from earlier from the Thought Not Seer, so he'd be saving the path for the Thought Not Seer. Sorry, saving the path for the Kitchen Finks. Only a tapped land. So down will come Kitchen Finks. It's going to eat a Path to Exile. And the only way out of this now for Jason is a Path to Exile or a removal spell in this next draw. Oh, actually, he can chump with the Shumbling Vent on the Matter Reshaper. Just see what Anthony drew for the turn. Nothing. Puts him to 4, so what's he going to find here? Liliana plus... Yes, that will do it. So you Path to Exile to Matter Reshaper, so it doesn't die, it gets exiled. And then minus Liliana. And suddenly... I think it's back to advantage Jason. It's a very good match, this one. The only minor thing here is Jason is just flat out dead to a top deck Reality Smasher, but also Liliana is not very effective when it comes to both players playing off the top of their deck. He's going to flashback Lingering Souls for protection. Actually, that will buy him time from a top deck Reality Smasher. It'll buy him a turn. So what can Anthony find off the top of his deck? I think he's still got one more Lingering Souls in there. Oh no, he doesn't. Sorry. So what's he going to find here? Drowner of Hope. That's a big one. That is huge. Actually, Drowner of Hope represents lethal. He has to actually see what he draws here. He's going to have to chump with that Shumbling Vent. Okay. I think you've got to get rid of a Scion so that you can still keep a... Yeah, you just do the -2 on a Scion. So then Liliana can tick up. You got to keep the Shambling Vent though as backup, because he's going to tap down now. Shambling Vent has to chump block. Okay, now we see what Anthony can find off the top of his deck. Jason, I think he's not out of this yet. Because if Jason puts down the Scion, then Liliana can minus to take down the Drana next turn. So what can we do? Shambling Vent is still the option to block, depending on what's drawn off the top here for Anthony. Noble Hierarch. Noble Hierarch will not do it. Noble Hierarch actually protects the Drana from Liliana's minus. So it means that Jason needs a top deck here. Although Jason still has 2 turns because he's got 2 Shambling Vents to block, and he also has the Spirit. Such a closely fought match. Okay, so Spirit can jump block. There's no trample here. Now let's see what Jason can find off the top of his deck. Nothing. That's a bad draw. He's still not out of it. Yeah, too risky, I think. He was tempted to swing the Spirit. No, why don't you just play the land out if you're going to discard? He's going to discard the land instead. I'm not sure what the point of that is. Okay, what can... A top deck reality smash in this one is over. See what Anthony can get. And it's a reality smasher, so we're going to game 2 here. I mean, he could drag it out for a turn if he wanted to. Although you would tap the Scion to block, prevent the Shambling Vent from blocking. So I don't think there's a way out of this. He just... Yep, and he concedes. So we're going to the second game. I'm not really sure who is favoured after sideboard in this matchup. I think you could see just there that Eldrazi just has better top decks if it gets into a top deck war. I just need to send a message to him. Okay, so we're back now with game 2 of Modern. Just seeing, it's a good draw for... That's Anthony's hand. Anthony's on the bottom this time. It's a bit susceptible to Thought Not Seer. Sorry, to Thoughtseize, as we see he's got one there. But not the strongest hand from Jason. I think he's going to struggle again. What does he take here? I think he takes a Thought Not Seer, obviously. So he's got one more to deal with. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see he can ramp all the way to 5 here. Yeah, so one Thought Not Seer down. He's got one more to deal with. So the draw here is another land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got the 6 mana available now. I'm a little surprised he didn't play out the Eldrazi Temple there first, so he can have the possibility of a Thought Not Seer on turn 2. See Jason's draw. Croson Grip, what does that do? I don't know why he's brought that in. For a target artifact or enchantment? Unless he's thinking about engineered explosives. That sort of if he's brought that in, it sort of tells me that he doesn't really have a lot of good sideboard options for this matchup. You can see 3 Kitchen Finks. He's going to lose 1 to the Thought Not Seer next turn, and I think Jason will see that Croson Grip and probably won't care. Sorry, I mean, yeah, I mean Anthony will see the Croson Grip and won't care. I'm curious to know if he would have bought in engineered explosives for this matchup. I'm sure he'll take a Kitchen Finks here. But still, two Kitchen Finks is going to be a good platform for Jason, because it means he can double block. He can double block a Reality Smasher. Oh, this is interesting. Do you get greedy here and hope for a second Thought Knot? Yep. Hope for something better with that Maelstrom Pulse. Although, that's not going to work because it's a sorcery and the Thought Knot will take it. I suspect he thinks he's got Thought Knot Seer under control, so he knows about the Drowner of Hope. He's keeping that removal spell for the Drowner. Okay, that's Anti-Lingering Souls tech right there. Rest in peace. There's a second Thought Knot, so the Maelstrom Pulse play backfired big time here. Imagine if he doesn't take the pulse, he takes the pulse, but if he doesn't, he'd lose 2 Thought Knots to 1 card. I think the deck generally plays 1 Maelstrom Pulse, so that's probably his only one down. His Lonely Croson Grip. And it's going to be... what is it? Drowner of Hope coming down next turn. Why didn't I see that Siege Rhino on my view cards, I wonder? Maybe a bug with the X-Mage. I didn't see it when I'm looking at hands. But that's a good draw, the Siege Rhino. He still needs a removal spell because Drowner of Hope and Reality Smasher are both stronger than the Rhino. The interesting thing here is going to be what does he path? A Kitchen Finks or a Rhino? I think he paths a Kitchen Finks. Oh, his second Rhino. Okay, so Jason's going to be in a very good position if he can just get a removal spell for the Drowner. Look at the life totals now from the Rhinos, 27 to 14. Birds of Paradise is not what you want to be drawing. No viable attacks. But again, this goes back to what I kind of mentioned in the sideboard in the end of the last game. When it comes down to these kind of top decking, I think there's a distinct advantage for Anthony with his reality smashes that he can draw, whereas Jason is hoping to top deck removal, which admittedly we haven't seen much of it yet. You look at Anthony; he's got all the mana in the world, but nothing to spend it on. It's only going to take a Path to Exile or whatever black removal he has to take down that Drowner. And then he can start swinging with the Rhinos. But the Frederikson grip looking very... Oh, and a third Rhino. Now, it'd be kind of funny if he's tapped out here with 3 Rhinos. If we saw... Although, no, I was going to say, Anthony cannot actually play Engineered Explosives to take the Rhinos, because he only has 3 colours of mana. 30 to 11. Still holding that Path to Exile. Any creature removal here, I think, gets a job done for Jason. But still cannot find. And we're in a bit of a stalemate, because even Anthony's best draws, like Reality Smashes, can be double chump blocked by the Siege Rhino. I think what Anthony's actually looking for now is Eldrazi Displacer. Jason is looking for some sort of removal spell. Still more lands. I think he's got 4 Displacers in this deck. Eldrazi Displacer will win the match here. A 4th Siege Rhino. Crazy. He completes the collection. Yeah, he's holy Rhinos. Even though he's facing down 4 Siege Rhinos, I think he's still pretty safe if he can find the Displacer, because he can just start displacing the Drowner multiple times to get the Scions to tap down the entire crew and start to get into work. But Jason has just had an incredibly large amount of draws without actually finding any removal spell. Surely he's going to find a removal spell soon. No, still no removal. This is painful for both players. Anthony knows about the Frederikson grip. Two Path to Exiles. Path to Exile actually could probably be used to blow out Jason's board here. If he, say, double blocks of 2 Rhinos on a Smasher, he can path one of the Rhinos. What would Liliana do on this spot? Thoughtseize. Okay, so 1 path. He's going to get to know what's going on over the other side. This will probably force one of the paths out. Yep. And a little bit of deck thinning here. He's going to take down a Rhino. Oh, he's going to take down 2 Rhinos. And it'll help Jason to thin his deck even further. Thoughtseize is only revealing the thought. And just to, I mean, you can get rid of the rest in peace, but just to put this into perspective as well, if we look at his graveyard, there's nine cards between his graveyard and his exile. None of them are removal except for the Maelstrom Pulse, and he hasn't seen any Lingering Souls. The only thing I can think with that Corrosive Grip is he must have bought it in response to, as there's a land there, a engineered explosives for 0 to wipe the board of Lingering Souls. Goyf will be handy, but Liliana would be nice here because it'd be forcing Anthony to play the card that he has every turn, or lose it. But what a slogfest between these two decks. There's a Smasher, but doesn't have the same impact. Tarmogoyf outclasses it at the moment. So the Smash is easily kept in check. What Anthony here is just on the lookout just for an Eldrazi Displacer. That's the key to him winning. I think if Jason finds a removal spell for the Drowner, then it's game over. Even Lingering Souls here would be great, just to fly over the top. More land. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's land number 10. Crazy. Yeah, Lingering Souls would be a very good draw here. Create 4 of them and suddenly it's a 2-turn clock. As we'll go to Jason's turn, are we going to see Displacer? Oh, sorry, Anthony's turn. Eldrazi Displacer required. Nothing else will do. There it is. That's a Displacer. Okay, so this is going to do some serious damage now. And I think Anthony might have this match. He's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He can displace 3 times. Okay, Jason needs... Okay, Lingering Souls complicates this. Displacing 3 times is going to tap down his entire crew, which means that he can get in for 8, 11, 12, 13, 18, 20. He can get in for 26, so he's going to be just short. But displacing the Kitchen Finks is going to give Anthony life here. He's going to be able to displace all of those spirits, which means they're basically gone. Or he can displace the Drowner. We'll see which way he goes. I think you do the spirits first just to be safe, just in case there's a spell coming next turn. Yep, spirits wiped away. A sigh from Jason. So here we go again. Removal spell required. Does he get it? Oh no, so Anthony's turn. Another Smasher. Now he's got lethal. 5, 10, 15, 19, 23, 25, plus some Scions. Okay, removal spell here. No. Thoughtseize, the worst draw. Yeah, this is painful. Like, Jason, you can imagine what cards he can possibly draw here. Yeah, I mean, you force him to spend 3 mana to displace it. But I think he uses the other 3 to displace his Drowner. Tap down 4 blockers. Yeah, so this is going to get ugly really quickly. I think it's gone from Jason now. This is going to be a big win for Anthony. 2-0 on both Standard and Modern. See what he found. A Birds of Paradise. Not what you're after. Because he doesn't want to display. He can displace a Tarmogoyf, but he displaces anything else he's giving. Well, he's going to give Jason life here. So he's going to tap down a few. I think he can tap down all but a Siege Rhino, and then swing with the 2 smashes and the Drowner of Hope. And yeah, I think you got to displace and tap down the Finks. I don't think Jason's going to be silly enough to buy it on a double block here. He's just got to take this 15 and hope he top decks a removal spell. So here we go, top deck time. Can he top deck a removal spell to get that displacer off? Well, I don't even know at this point if a removal spell will help him. As you can see here, he can displace the Drowner a number of times. I think the match is just gone. Yeah, and he draws the land. So Anthony's going to take Modern 2 games to 0. He has the 2 Shambling Vents, but it's not going to make a difference. So the Drowner's going to tap down again. He's only got to do 12 damage here. He still has a number of activations before the end of the turn. So now he just needs to activate twice, 2, 3, you've got plenty of mana to do that. To tap down the remaining ones, and swing. Well, he can also untap and then do it again to tap down the Shambling Vents when they're activated. And now he's got more than enough power on the board. 15, 18, 24 power to do 12 damage. Yep, the whole crew can get in there. I mean, he can even just displace the Shumbling Vents when they're activated. He doesn't even need to tap them down. I activate the second one, but the second one can just be displaced as well. Eldrazi Displacer is such a beast when it's paired with Drowner of Hope. Oh, he's going to let him block. I don't think it matters anyway. Yep, the game is over. 2-0 to Anthony.